Welcome back, everybody. This is Vash. So, if you're just wanting the quick update, I have updated the Gitlab to include a new output to an MOV. This is for multiple audio tracks. Then I've also added an MP4 conversion to convert the MOV to MP4. This is supposed to be just really great for YouTube uploads because it's supposed to have very limited processing time needed on the YouTube side. So I have added both of these in there. But when I do this, I had to make some changes in my OBS settings. So I want to go over those before I actually jump into what is different in the file. So if you want to skip ahead to just me talking about the files, go for it. Or if you're done, see you later. But for now, I will switch over to OBS Settings. The settings in particular we're looking at is this output and then this one here. So I have it set to standard, and then it's outputting to my convert to MOV folder, generate the file names without spaces, just my preference. I'm still recording in MKV, and then I'm recording audio track 1 and 2. Audio track 1 is my voice, audio track 2 is system sounds. I'm using the NVENC encoder 1920 by 1080, I'm not rescaling, and then CQP, and I'm leaving it at 20. I wanted the basically the standard MKV indistinguishable quality, and when I was looking around, I found a thread where ultimately they were saying that this was, I believe it's 14, 15, 16 on CQP is the rate that they do, so that 24 or something was very high quality or something. So I'm going to try 20 and see if I need to change that. I may have to go down. It's right in between the two, so I probably will have to go down to like 15 or something. But anyway, for now, this is what I've left it on, but this will probably be 15 instead of 20. So let's go on and change that now and just hit OK. So that is really the settings here. You do have to unfortunately go, and I went ahead and I changed these to 192. You do unfortunately have to set these as well. So you have to, if you take a screenshot of what you have set up in simple mode, that may give you a pretty good idea of what this needs to be. But just be wary that you'll have to set all the settings for both streaming and recording if you're going to use both. I also wanted to mention, when you do all of this, you need to make sure that your audio setup is set up correctly in the little, if you hit the little gear under one of your audio icons and then advanced audio properties, you'll get this box. I have set up desktop audio to be on track 2 and my microphone audio to be on track 1. And then I've got a couple of tracks out there just to see what they do. But I have everything coming into track 6. And so track 6 is what I'll have to actually use for my streams. But track 1 and 2 will be what I use for my video. I could also, if I had another input source for some reason, I could also have, I could use this for 3 and this for 4, and then I have 5 open. So you have 5 different options. You can have 5 different tracks, unless, or maybe even 6, if you're not going to worry about streaming or you don't care about the other audio tracks for streaming. But you have to, if you want all the audio coming in, you have to have everything checked for, one of your tracks. So that's what I've done. So I wanted to mention that this is the site I found the multiple audio track MOV conversion and the MOV to MP4 conversion for YouTube. And I just wanted to mention the site. I'm not going to scroll down because it's being a little weird, but I'm going to put this link in the description, so you'll see that link and the Gitlab link there. But let's take a look at VS Code, what we have going on there. All right, so here is my new convert to multi-MOV. This is for multiple tracks in the MOV. Everything's the same except for this FFMPEG command. I have updated the entirety of the center to do this MAP 0102. I put a question mark here at the end of 02 just in case for some reason you don't have multiple audio tracks, but that's the reason that is there. I have not tested this with 3 audio tracks, but based on the article it seems like would be okay. But for my purposes, again, I'm okay with 2. So I almost wonder if you just add a 03 there at the end. But when coming across this should be a, and you'll need to watch this 1920 by 1080. That's the resolution I'm running, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you're wanting to output to a higher res, you can go ahead and do that. I believe this 36M may be some kind of file size restriction, but it just depends on what it's doing. But ultimately, it's doing the exact same thing. Like I say, it's just probably a bit better quality, but then also it's got the multiple audio tracks in there. So we'll take a look at what that looks like in just a second. The other one is this new one here. It's just MP4. So this is essentially the convert to MKV, except it has the FFMPEG command here updated to use the MP4 instead of MKV when it's converting back. I think they can be pretty cool to use when you can save to MKV. The nice thing is the MKV format is in OBS, as far as I understand, is the only format that keeps those multiple audio tracks, but also it's one of the few formats that if your OBS crashes for some reason or something like that, you don't lose the entirety of the file. So I think there is an advantage to recording in that format if you're using OBS. So this is the recording of the beginning of this video. This is what the file now looks like when converted to MOV in Davinci Resolve. You'll notice there's two audio tracks. One of them is my voice. The other one is system sounds. So it's really easy to differentiate between the two, and then I can also, of course, raise and lower their volume independently. I will have to check this out with multiple audio tracks and see if that does the same thing with 3, 4, or 5. But pretty cool that I can, just have all this and set this all up this way. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope this was useful.